So, good morning, one and all. So, I am Professor Vijay Kumar from Government Engineering College, Raichur. So, today I am talking about the analysis of indeterminate structures. In this, the session will be on the stiffness matrix method. The stiffness matrix method is also known as the displacement method, and here we have to find out or determine the joint displacements, and those are unknowns here. And the equation for determining the joint displacement is delta is equal to K inverse P minus P dash. So K is stiffness matrix and P is external forces and P dash is force required at the coordinate for the unit displacement. If there are no external forces induced at the coordinates, then the equation for the stiffness is delta is equal to minus K inverse P dash. And the procedure for determining or analyze the beams or analyze the frames by stiffness matrix is the first one, determine the degree of freedom. You have to find out the degree of freedom or kinematic indeterminacy. And second one, the determine the end forces based on the external given loads at the fixed degree of freedom. Determine the member end forces at DOFs by fixing the unit displacements. Then next, apply the stiffness equation delta is equal to the K inverse P minus P dash in the matrix form, superimposing the end forces based on the equilibrium equations. Then solve the stiffness equation. Then in the finally, knowing the displacement, compute the internal forces or moments by using slope deflection equation. MAB is equal to MFAB plus 2AI by L into 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L. If theta will be 0 when the support is fixed, theta will be 0 if the support will be fixed. And finally, you have to determine the reactions and moments, draw the bending moment and shear force diagram. So here we have to consider a single problem where we have to analyze the beam by stiffness matrix method. Here the EI is constant. So there is a problem here. A, B, C, and B and C are the unknowns. Degree of freedom, kinematic indeterminacies. A will be fixed, 12 UDL, 12 kilonewton per meter, and AT will be the point load. And this one here we have to assuming the ordinate 1 and ordinate 2. And here we have to find out the fixed end moments. This will be the restraint structure MFAB, MFBA, MFBC and MFCB. And finally we have to calculate the P dash P1 and P2. So MFAB, MFBA plus MFBC is equal to 55.11 and CB will be 35.55. And next, in the step 1, we have to determine the kinematic indeterminacy. That should be 2, joint B and joint C. Those are unknowns. Here, based on the kinematic indeterminacy, we have to find out or we have to decide what the size of the matrix. And in the step 2, we have to determine fixed end moments. So MFAB, MFBA, MFBC and MFCB. So here these are the standard equations where we have to determine the fixed end moments, WL square by 12 minus WL square by 12 and plus WL square by 12. And here the point load is not at the center, it is not at the center of the beam, so it is toward A or toward B. So the equation will be WAB square by L square. So your value will be minus 71.11 kilonewton meter, and the CB will be plus WA square B divided by L square. The value will be 35.55. And for the member forces P, joint B and joint C, joint B MFBA plus MFBC. So for the joint B we have two members BA and BC. the value is minus 55.11, and for the joint C, MFC be 35.55. So in the third step, continuation, the element stiffness matrix delta is equal to minus K inverse B dash as per the figure 2. So here the K11 will be 4EI by L plus 4EI by L. K12 and K21 will be, it will be depend on the span BC. So only 2EI by L. There will be a standard equation for determining that. And for the 2 it will be 4EI by L. So here based on that, so we have determined K11 2.4EI by L plus 4EI by L, 4EI by 4 divided by 4EI by, if the span for BC will be 2I, the moment of inertia will be 2, so the value is 2.33, and for K12 and K21 it will be 2EI by LBC, 2 into E into 2 times of moment of inertia divided by 6, the value is 0.67, K22 it is 1.33, and for the delta value, so based on this, so K11, K12, K21, K22, P1 and P2, and the K inverse, how to find out the K inverse? Adjacent of K divided mod of K. Then come to the next one. So delta is equal to minus 2.66, 1.33 minus 0.67. So where we have to already we have to determine the K inverse, adjacent of K divided by mod of K. So here we have to interchange these two values, and the sign will be changed for K12 and K21. Listen carefully. So here for the inverse, adjacent of K means, so we have to interchange these two values, 1.33, 2.33, and these two values, so we have to change the signs. If it will be positive, it will be, if we have to show it will be a negative. And these are the P1, P2 values. For the joint B, minus 55.11, for the joint C, 35.55, and here this will be the mod K, multiply by these two, minus multiply by these two, mod K, 1.33 into 2.33 minus of 0.67 into 0.67, so it will get 2.66 value. Then next, so solving this equation, so we have to get theta B and theta C value. So after solving these two, so you will get 36.53 and minus 44.95. So in the fourth step, so knowing the displacement, compute the final moments by using slope deflection equation. What is the slope deflection equation? Here MAB is equal to MFAB plus 2EI by L into 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L. There is no any sink value, so delta will be 0. So here solving the equation, so minus 16 is the MFAB plus 2EI by L will be the 4, and 0, theta is 0 because of fixed support A is fixed, and theta B will be 36.53. So after calculation of this, so you will get 2.265. So similarly MFBA plus 2EI by L, 2 theta B plus theta A, put theta A and theta B value, you will get 52.353, and similarly MBC and MCB will be 0 after calculation, or there is no need to calculate because the M support C is a hinge support, so it will be 0 value. So how to draw the bending moment diagram? So so it's very important, listen carefully. So if the standard directions are anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise and clockwise, so we have to show the anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise. The directions are same sign, the same signs the values. If this value, sign of the value will be negative and it will be anti-clockwise, so above the beam line we have to take the drawing. Above to beam line, so if it will be negative, the value will be negative, so your drawing will be above the beam line, but the direction is anti-clockwise and your sign of the value is clockwise, positive value. So that's why, so we have to consider the below the beam line. The next 52.53 positive, 52.53 negative, and it will be 0. Join the lines 2.63, 52.53, and it will be 0. Then next, come to the bending moment diagram for the UDL case. So that will be the parabolic. So this value is WL square by 8. 24 is, so obviously the maximum bending moment for the UDL case is WL square by 8, and here it will be a point load. So this value will comes by using the equation WAB by L. WAB by L, because the load is not at the center. If at the center, so you have to consider WL by 4. Otherwise, so you have to calculate WAB by L. So this is very important. If this will be negative, match with the direction, standard directions, so it will be above the beam line. So but the standard direction is anti-clockwise, but your value is a clockwise value, means plus. So it will be below the beam line. So it will be how to draw the bending moment diagram. Then next, come to the shear force diagram. So based on the loads, so we have to determine the shear forces or reactions. So here, summation of MB, the moment at B should be equal to 0 at the left hand side. So RA into 4 into minus 12 into 4 into 4 by 2, 12 into 4 into 4 by 2, plus two moments MAB and MBA, that should be equal to 0, because summation of moment at B equal to 0 left hand side. So only this span will be considered. RAB into 4 minus 12 into 4 into 2 plus MAB plus MBA equal to 0. So unknown is only one, RAB. So reaction at A should be 10.3. Then summation of all the vertical forces should be equal to 0. RAB plus RBA equal to 12 into 4. For the span AB, RA plus RB equal to 12 into 4, 48. So you will get RBA is equal to 37.7. RBA 37.7. Then next come to the summation of moment at B equal to 0 right hand side. Summation of moment at B, the right hand side, or span BC. So RCB is equal to 6 minus RCB into 6 minus of RCB into 6 minus 80 into 2 plus MBC and MCB. MCB is equal to 0. That's why RCB into 6, 80 into 2 plus MBC value here. That should be equal to 0. So you will get RCB value 17.91. And next, summation of all the vertical forces for the span BC. That should be RBC plus RCB is equal to 80. So RBC is equal to 62.09. RBC is 62.09 and RBA is 37.70. So you have to add those values. So here you will get 99.78, RA is equal to 10.3 and RC is equal to 17.90. So how to draw the shear force diagram here? How to draw the shear force diagram? So here, what is the value here? First value 10.3. Then you have a UDL case. If you have a UDL, so it should be like this. The two triangles like this. So what is the value RBA? So 37.7. And what about RCB? 62.08. Then take the straight line. Why straight line? Because if we have a point load here, straight line 62.08. Now what is the total? Total is 80. 80 minus 62.08, so you will get 17.92. So this is the standard shear force diagram. So I will repeat you. So here 10.3 will be the RA reaction, upward reaction, and this will be the negative one because the reaction is here. So what is the total reaction? Total height is RB 99.78. The total is 99.78 minus of 37. So you will get 62.08. Take the straight line up to the point load. The up to the beam line, it should be 62.08, but what is the total height? Total height will be 80 minus 62.08, so this height will be 17.92. Just join it and join it, 17.92. So sometimes so many students, they are confused about the 37.7, how it will come. So here we have to consider the total RA plus RB is equal to 12 into 4, 48, isn't it? 12 into 4, 48. So 10.3 already you have calculated. 48 minus 48 minus 10.3, so you will get 37.7. The total UDL is 48 minus of 10.3, so remaining value will be 37.7. And what is the total reaction here? 99.78. 99.78 minus of 37.7, you will get 62.08. Take the straight line because of point load. Come to the down, 80 minus 62.08, so you will get 17.992. So just join this. Thank you.